Welcome back. As prices on homes in the U.S. rise and affordability continues to decline, more Americans are turning their attention to international markets as a solution. Joining us to speak about this reality and how she's helping others navigate the overseas real estate market is the CEO of Destination Kasa Expo. Please join me in welcoming Christiam Velez. Ms. Velez, nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
You were telling me about your background in real estate. This is something you love. Just set us up, talk about what you do, and then we'll get into this whole international thing.
Sure. Well, I've been a real estate agent for about 13 years, and I'm very passionate about what I do. I strongly believe that people's lives change when they purchase or sell a property. There are reasons why somebody buys and somebody sells. And the fact that I can bring individuals into a table is very meaningful to me. When you buy, your life improves. And when you sell, you're selling for reasons. Sometimes you're facing a short sale. Sometimes you're upsizing, downsizing. Sometimes you're just retiring and you're looking for other places.
And so you give people the opportunity to do those things.
Absolutely.
You talked about having done this for a number of years. Is there a difference between what you started out doing and the way the climate for this kind of work is now? Like, what is the difference? Has it grown? Has it changed? Of course, we had the pandemic in the middle, and that changed a lot of things. Where are we at now? And then we can launch into this whole international concept.
The pandemic changed everything, but when I came to this business, you were able to buy a two-family house for $300,000.
Excuse me for laughing.
No, it is funny. That same house now is worth $800,000.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is that not a lot of people can qualify to buy an $800,000 home. And they're looking for other avenues, nationally and internationally.
So you started then Destination Kasa Expo.
Correct.
Now, why start it? And then, of course, define what it is, if you would.
Well, the mission of Destination Kasa is to bring all my international colleagues into one place where the members of our communities can explore different markets. There's something in real estate called equity. Growing equity in a property now in our current market is happening very slowly because you're buying high, and for that equity to mature, it's going to take decades. When you
might not even be around.
You might not even be around. That is
right.
correct. When you buy a property overseas, whether it is your retirement home, a vacation home, or an investment property, typically you're buying those properties on plan, and you're buying it cheaper. By the time the property is built, the equity has gone up. By the time that you occupy the property, you have a secure investment.
Who is this geared for? Because I hear a lot of kind of real estate talk, so I'm assuming real estate agents who buy and sell properties would be interested in this. But then also you talked about then you could have a home and move somewhere else. So who should be listening very closely to what we're talking about?
This is for everybody.
For everybody.
You can own a home here in the States, in the area where you work, or you might just be outpriced and you might be looking into investing in a property outside the United States that is going to be your vacation home and also a rental property. So now that property pays itself off and you have a vacation home to go to.
Wow, that sounds like a good deal. The borough of the Bronx, as we both know, is an international community. We have people from I can't even count the number of countries people are from in the borough of the Bronx. Is this particularly interesting to the borough of the Bronx because of that people come from so many places? And let's just say they come from South Korea, you could say, well, maybe we could look at the international market in that way. Is that part of the
This
the
is
thing
for
here?
everybody and anyone. So we are advertising in the tri-state area. Anybody that want to take advantage to come and learn in how to invest outside the United States is welcome to come. Our event is 100% free.
And so if somebody were to say, I want to invest, but I don't want to move there, they could still do that, own the property in a foreign country. What are the challenges to being able to do that? I mean, do they have to go and visit there often, or can, how does that work? I mean, it's a fascinating concept, and it makes the world a little smaller for all of us. But of course, to do it's hard enough to get a property on Bruckner Boulevard as it is to, in South Korea or in the Dominican Republic or somewhere else.
Well, the fact is that 80% of individuals buying in the emerging markets are not even from those countries. They're coming from the United States, Canada, and Europe. So due diligence is a key word. Doing your due diligence, doing your purchase with an accredited agent or real estate brokerage in that country, understanding what you're buying and the legal process and the financing process abroad are very important key elements that are going to give you a lot of peace of mind when you do this.
What countries are popular? You've mentioned some, that already, but where should people be thinking about, and what are the opportunities? Where are the opportunities best? Would be, I think, something instructive for the people watching.
Well, Destination Casa, we're going to have 3 countries this year. Mexico is the number one.
Excuse me, it's the numero uno. Go ahead. Yes.
Numero uno in real estate development.
Really?
Number 1. Second is, believe it or not, Dominican Republic. So Dominican Republic is competing with Mexico, as big as Mexico is. And then we have Panama. We also have Colombia. We also have Ecuador. We also have Costa Rica. Not to mention that a lot of these places are VA friendly, veteran friendly. And they have created programs specifically for our veterans.
So if you're just, for example, a veteran and this sounds like a good opportunity for you, this, it's like, it really works, is what you're telling us.
It does. There is a hospital in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, that accepts VA insurance. So imagine you come back from war, PSTD, you want to live a quiet life with quality weather, not like the weather that we have
make
right
a couple
now.
of dollars.
Make a couple of dollars. Dominican Republic offers you that option.
The countries that you mentioned, of course, resonate to the people of the Bronx. We know that. Let's talk specifically about Destination Kasa Expo. You've been doing this for a few years. This is the first one?
This is our first big expo, but we are known for doing small events. The important thing with Destination Casa is that we are going to have, it's 3.5 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow. Oh, so it's not like just a little thing.
No, it's not. Trust me, I am.
We do trust you.
I'm going through sleepless nights through this. The important element is that we're going to have workshops free to all the members of our communities. Saturday and Sunday, there's going to be a schedule posted on our website. And people can sign up. If they have credit problems, there's going to be a credit repair company, financing options, life insurance. If you buy property, you need to get your life insurance. It's going to be an educational event. So it's not only about selling
and
real
where
estate.
and when, let's tell people.
This is going to be at the Marriott Residence Inn here in the Bronx.
Oh, the Bronx, over there in the
By Waters
East Bronx.
Place, yeah.
Wow, isn't that wonderful? So you're going to do 3 days there, and what are the dates of that?
April 4, 5, and 6.
And in terms of people saying, well, that sounds pretty good. I saw this on Open. She seemed like the right person. She seemed knowledgeable, and she was passionate about it. What challenges or what do they need to have, in their own resources to be able to do this?
Listen, they only need to have the idea that they want to own a property and come ready to be educated about how to do it. No transactions are done in the United States, so Destination Casa is not a real estate company. It's a real estate event company that promotes educational real estate events. I just want to make that very clear. So the event is an educational event for people to study the markets And if they are ready to make such purchase, then they can schedule an appointment to go abroad and look at the product.
What was the germ of the moment where, like, all of a sudden you said to yourself, this would be a good idea? Like, what was it that drove you to say, I want to do this, not only to move some properties, but also to educate other people? What was the idea that made you say, I really want to do this?
First of all, I went to a conference in Panama, and that was eye-opening to me.
Why?
Panama is like a mini Dubai. Like the
Really?
infrastructure and all the people that live in Panama, in Panama City, most of them are not even from Panama. There are other ways for people to live and be able to afford a home without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we have our veterans, we have our soon-to-be retirees, can barely afford to live on
Wow.
a retirement check.
And so you said, you know what, there's real opportunities here, and you started to put two and two together. Okay, let's put out the sale. There's social media involved, right?
Yes.
So that people can connect, and let's just tell people exactly what, where, and when.
So we're inviting other members of our community April 4, 5, and 6 at the Marriott Residence Inn to come and learn about the emerging markets in the real estate industry globally.
Not only the Bronx, everywhere else. Listen, Christiam Velez, thank you so much for joining us. It's fascinating. I always tell people, how do you know you like this segment? When I learn something, and I just learned, and I think we all learned something this morning. Thank you so much.
I will see you at Destination Casa.
Thank you so much. You will. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be back with more right here on Open. Don't go away.